All right, guys, welcome back to another KevCAM night class tonight. Tonight have Tim Micah helping out with any questions or concerns that come along the way for you guys. Tim, are you with us?
Good evening, everybody.
Perfect. And unfortunately, Greg Payton is in the middle of flying over Texas right now, so he won't be joining us tonight. So, but we'll let him fly because he's on vacation, I guess. So we'll let him off the hook this time. But I do see some new names in here, which is great to see. So I'll kind of go through the same stuff as what we normally do. So for the new guys that are in here, we use GoToWebinar, and everybody is in mute just to eliminate any background noise. If you guys do have a question, there is a questions panel in there, and definitely ask those questions, and then Tim will ping me and read off the question for me, and we'll get your questions answered right away. And completely laid back, don't feel like you have to wait till the end to ask questions. Definitely feel free to ask them right away. And with that being said, we definitely like your ideas as well. So if you guys do have an idea, send those over to me via email, and I will put my email address into the chat for everybody that doesn't have it. And shoot those over to me in email, and we'll get that added in there as well. And also, every night class is being recorded, so you guys can come over to YouTube and type in KevCAM or SolidCAM University, and have all the night classes in here, and as well as a daily video that we've put together for you guys. Just a quick, under a 2-minute long video showing shortcuts or transformations or changing default links, just little tips and tricks in the software for you guys as well. So, all right, did I cover everything, Tim?
I think you did. Just a administrative thing is I'm not seeing the list of attendees, but we'll just go ahead and keep on moving on. And guys, like Kevin said, just go into the questions panel. If you have any questions, I will either respond to those via text like that, or we can just get Kevin to answer them on the fly for us, and I'll interrupt him on that. So
perfect.
Go for it, Kevin. It's all yours.
All right. So what I'm going to show you guys today is kind of the 2.5D milling stuff that we added in with 2018. Oh, good. Ronnie's here. Now we can start. With the 2.5D stuff that we've incorporated, and with your guys' ideas and suggestions that we've added into the 2018 as well. Now, I am running in a dev build right now, and the only reason I'm doing that is Sydney got me all excited and wanted to show you guys as well is some of the new features that are going to be coming real shortly in Service Pack 2 of 2018. So I'll kind of go over that as well. If there is some, stuff that pops up along the way, it's like, oh, what is that? It's probably because it's a dev build, but hopefully everything will be good. So with that, first thing kind of being said is one of the major things that we did with the 2.5D is did the fixture protection. So you'll see right here we have a part. I'm holding it down with 4 toe clamps. Well, obviously I don't want to hold this part down with 4 toe clamps all at once because I won't be able to machine everything. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually label these first. So I'm going to just throw a quick little sketch on here, and we'll just say op 1, and we'll put that right there. And I'm going to do op 1 on this one as well. Do a sketch. And I'm just doing this for reference to kind of keep things, because I got 4 of the exact same toe clamps, so I'm just telling myself which one is op 1 and which is op 2 here. So we'll just do op 1 again. Okay. Whoop. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, before I even kind of get things set up, is I'm going to make my setup first. So I can come in here and I can add my fixtures first. So we'll say define fixture. And this is the same as, what it's been for a while for you guys. And we'll grab that little washer in there just in case. And we'll say op 1. Okay. And I will do a define fixture again. and we'll call this as op 2. All right. So now in my setup, I can come in here and grab my clamping fixture for op 1, hit OK. And I can also create a setup, a second one. And machine setup at the end of the tree. And we'll call this setup 1, and we're going to use op 2 clamping fixture. So I have my 2 setups already done. And I'll kind of go over why I'm doing that. So for right now, I want to work on my op 1. So I can come in here, and I'm just going to select my op 2 clamps and just hide them. Okay, so that's kind of what we're working with. So now what I want to do is I want to pocket out all this area, but obviously I don't want to hit my clamps. So I will go to, just got to find it here. Pocket right here. So now we covered this last week with the drag and drop in there, and it's going to automatically put my toolpath on there. Cool. All right. But let me delete that. And with this new build that's coming out here is I can come over here, click on my 3/4 inch bowl and hit the control key and drag it to right there. Click here, and click here. Let go of my control key. And now I'm able to take that pocket operation and distribute it through the entire, or my template, and distribute it through multiple different faces now as well. So that's something that Sydney just added in there for you guys. I think by popular request, a couple of people were asking about it. So that is a real cool thing now. Now you'll see that it's automatically going around my vices. Well, let's take a peek and see what we've done in here. So I'm just going to open up the operation. Starting at the top, I'm just going to tell it that I want to avoid the fixture by 100 thou, cut only the rest material, using my bull nose end mill for doing my pocket. Levels are already set up from my technology or my template. And we have a finished wall on the floor. Everything looks good, and we're good to go. So now, we can save and calculate this. Oh, I already did that. And let's take a simulation and see what it looks like when we're solid verifying it. So you can see our clamps there. And let me slow this down a little bit. And you'll notice that it automatically, recognizes that it's a semi-open pocket. So it's kind of cool there. And we'll speed it up a little bit here. And now when that end mill is going through there, it's going to automatically know that that fixture is there and not to hit that fixture. And we're going to stay exactly the 100 thou away from that. So this is something that we used to do with the the toolbox cycles using the 4 nubs, or the, I think it was 4 nubs it's called, in the toolbox cycles to avoid toe clamps. Well, now we don't have to do that anymore. We can do it right here. Let this play through. And I have the tolerance set up pretty tight, so that's why we're taking just a little bit longer to simulate this. There we go. So we're completely avoiding our clamps, keeping, that 100 thou away from there, like what we wanted. And now what we're left with is those other pieces that are left over. So what I can actually do from right here is I can do a save and copy. And I'm just going to exit out of here and I'm going to drag that operation below my setup. So now I've dragged that below my setup. So since I have my, cut rest material only and avoid the fixtures, so if I come over to here, and let's see, I got so many in here. Should have cleaned this up a little bit for you guys. That's that one. That's that one. No, I've lost where I got my other fixtures at. Well, it's not hidden. Well, anyways, I got my two other fixtures there, and I've labeled that as my setup too. So now, since I'm telling it to cut only the rest material that's left over, I can just come over here, do a calculate, and it's going to know that it had leftover material there. So I can come in, I'll just do a simulate here, and we'll do a solid verify. You'll see my clamps are now at the opposite direction, and it's just going to come in there and buzz out the material that was left over using the same parameters as what I told it before. So pretty cool. Ask for the on/off switch with the fixture in the setup box. Ronnie, are you saying ask for that from development? Yes, okay. I think what Ronnie is saying here is if we go to our setup, is this what you're kind of talking about, Ronnie, so you can see it? No, the window before this one. This one. So you're looking for an on-off switch to so kind of like to tie it together like with a configuration, are you saying? Okay, yeah, great point. Yeah, so what Ronnie's saying is have a button right here so it pops through the configurations for us, and you guys could set your clamps up as op1, configuration 1, and then op2, and then have a little button right here to switch back and forth. Yeah, great idea. Okay, so now we got our pocketing done. So let's get over to our drilling as well. And I already see Ben harping at me saying you forgot the drilling.
I was just gonna interrupt there, but yeah, Ben is looking at the pocket area and the between the ribs and the hole.
Sure. So let's go to design, and I'm gonna grab find my holes here. So there's one, and there's my pattern. Okay, so we got all our holes selected there. And we'll spot drill it first. Come in here, and we'll just say it's a 1/2-inch spot drill. Levels, go to that level with a diameter value of, I'm not sure, so I'm just going to click on the outside perimeter. Okay. Technology. So here is another new thing that we've added in there as well, is links between passes. So first, let's do save and calculate. I want to show you guys kind of crashing into the toe clamps. This dev build is running a little slower. That's why it's taking a little bit longer here. All right. So you can see that we're going to be coming in contact with that clamp right there. Pretty obvious. So now what I can do is come in here, turn on my fixture, and it will avoid those holes. So, and then what I can also do is, instead of going up to the safety distance each time, let me minimize this here, get a side view. You can see that I'm coming up to my safety distance each and every time, going over. So we got a lot of wasted time going through there. So what I can do for that is do shortest distance. And let's do save and calculate here. And now you will see that the tool actually stays down in between holes, but then when it meets a rib that it has to go up and around, it goes up to higher value. So your depth or your clearance areas are constantly changing based off of the model itself. So this will help, reduce those cycle times of, rapiding up, rapiding down, all that, plus avoiding my fixture as well.
In a 2D drilling operation.
Yep, in the 2D drilling operation. And if we want to simulate that.
That's cool, because if I had a golf clap audio, I'd be playing it right now.
And so you can see that we've added in there, and you might be saying, well, that's quite the spot drill size, but we still haven't machined out that material in here, so that's why it's going, why it looks so deep, but it is going to the correct diameter. So from right there, we can just do our save and copy. And I'm going to grab a drill bit for there. And I know I've talked about this before, but if you guys don't know a drill diameter size, if you just highlight that and click on the edge of the hole, it will fill in the data for you. So now we can do save and calculate again. Oh, it's because I told it, go to my levels. We will do a full diameter, and our drill depth is going to be the bottom of the part. Full diameter, and we're going to go, let's do minus 20 thou. And if we want to get really high tech, we can do some PEC drilling here. All right. So now, and then if we really want to get efficient, what we did is, let me kind of shut this off. So we're starting right here, and we're going counterclockwise around. Well, to eliminate even a little bit less, movement, instead of doing that drilling operation following that same thing, what I can do in here is I can just do reverse direction, save and calculate. So basically the table will not move when it's going back around. So you'll do a tool change, it will not move and go around. And then we can do that exact same thing here with the drilling as well. So we can go to our setup 2. And we'll do a drill. Grab that hole. That hole. And we'll grab that spot drill. And I guess technically what I could have done too is taken that and dragged it down as well. We'll do here, diameter of that diameter right there. And we still have our fixture detection all good. And I want to do shortest distance again. And we can turn on fixture protection, but won't matter because the fixture's not there. And you'll notice as I'm moving stuff around up here that these operations down here are getting out of sync. Well, that's because this is all based off of the setup. Since we're going off of rest material and the toe clamps moving, these are going to update as well. So if you see those operations popping out of calculation sometimes. That's why, just because it's to do with the updated stock. Okay, so now we spot drilled those two, and now we just need to come in back in here, and we will do a save and copy again. Switch it over to our tool. Switch up our levels, full diameter, and we'll go our minus 0.20 thou. 20 thou again. So now let's kind of see what it looks like playing through. And we'll do solid verify here. Clearing around those clamps. Like I said, I apologize it takes so long, but I want to show every single step for you guys so you can kind of see the clamps getting moved. All right, doing our spot drill, clamps are going to move, finish off, and we're done. So pretty cool. Like I said, it's the technology is getting smarter and smarter based off of your guys' input. So that is a real big thing in there with the, one, having the drag and drop on multiple faces now. Two is the fixture protection that you guys can use with profile drilling, pocketing, all that good stuff. And three is keeping that tool down in between steps. So if you guys are running a part with multiple different ribs and different heights, that will save you a little bit of cycle time as well. Now, another cool feature that they've added in here is the...
Hey, Kevin, before you move on, Ben's got a couple comments there. One was regarding the drilling operations. They're starting on one side of the clamp just to skip that, give a little bit less travel between the holes. But the other question he asked, but yeah, Ben, that's a good point. The other question he asked, and I'm kind of curious about there, as far as the drag and drop, and you're doing pocketing operations, is that available to be able to grab those template type things for iMachining operations?
Yep. Absolutely, and that's what we're actually going to be covering next week, is all the new features that they added in with iMachining. So, yep, we're getting there.
Cool. Sorry to get ahead of you.
Nope.
Good questions, Ben.
Yep, absolutely, guys. Yeah, so next week for those of you guys that are a little bit new, I didn't want to rush everything into one night's worth of class of all the new stuff that they added in there, just because there's so much new stuff this year. Okay. So let's get in there and get these out. So another new thing, or a new feature that they've added in here, is the ability to arc into the material. Now, I'm not talking a side arc. I'm talking a arc from the Z arc going down in. So let's get this one here. And okay, so we're going to machine that out, and we'll grab that same bull nose end mill that we were using before. Levels should be set already, and we'll just do it all in one pass. But right now, we'll do save and calculate. is we are starting right on the material. I got my links turned on here. So let me just turn this to none, save and calculate. So now we're starting directly.
Profile.
Yep, under
That's
profile.
a profile operation you're doing there.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And let me look here real quick. Yeah, so this is going to be set up just for profile only. So now it's starting right on the material. Now, which is fine. You know, we can extend that out. But what we've added in now this year is a vertical ramp. So we can do a vertical, or I should say vertical arc. So we can go in there as a vertical arc. So the tool is coming down, arcing into the material as well. So let's just do a 0.1, you know, tangent extension. So it's kind of coming out 0.1, arcing into the material. And let's just do a tangent. 200,000 should clear us. Good enough. So we can calculate now. And now you can see that that tool is coming in, and get a good side view here, coming in down, and it's coming in arcing into the actual material itself. So we're kind of, you know, it's, we can eliminate a little bit of cycle time doing this, so we're not plunging straight down. Sorry guys, I'm still getting over my cold from 2 weeks ago. We're not, I mean, this gives us the ability not having to plunge right down to the material, but also arcing into the material so it's not such a huge blunt hit to that end mill. And this is another customer request that that was put in there as well. So you can see doing a nice arc in, and let's take a peek and see what that looks like here. And I could probably shorten up that lead in a little bit. Get over here for you guys.
Yeah. I think I see the customer that actually made this request.
Who is it?
Ronnie just said he's denying it, but he said he needed that today.
So that, like I said, you can see that vertical going in there and getting that material out. And Ben is telling me that, well, you only did the one of the slots. Well, no problem, Ben. So what we'll do from here, and this is kind of a refresh, but we will just do a rotate. We'll do number of rotations. We want to do 3 at 90. Nope, start angle 0. Angle step 90. And actually, I'm going to do rotate list. I like this one better. So include original, angle step at 90, and we'll add 3 more. There we go. Okay, save. And now we have all 4 going all the way around. See, I caught you before you got there, Ben.
That's pretty slick.
So any questions on this part? I got another one I want to show you guys here. It's not going to take quite as long, but it's a new one that huge benefit, at least from what I see. So any questions? Okay.
I think we got them all.
Perfect. So let me close out of here. Did Greg Payton ever join us? He said he was going to try to join in mid-flight. No, don't see him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, when you work at SolidCAM, you don't ever get a vacation. You have to work if you're flying or not. Right, Tim?
Working vacations, yes.
Okay. So we talked about, you know, doing those operations from your drag and drop over here. Well, let's say, you know, you don't have an operation. It's just something that you want to use on this specific part only. So I'm just going to create a new one here. We will do a pocket. And let's do new, click on that face. And tool, select. Oh, I got an end mill in there already. And levels, upper is here, lower is here. Take it all in one cut. And we'll just do a finish. Floor offset is incorrect. .01. Okay, so we got our operation in there. Now, I'm going to show you, I only have, I'm going to delete these. You guys pretend you didn't see that. Okay, so I only have one coordinate system in there right now. So let's say I want to do that to all the other sides. So I don't have to create a coordinate system. I don't have to create a template. I can just simply highlight what I want and drag it over to the face. There it goes. And so it's creating the Mac 2. Did I do it too fast? Or is it still thinking here? This is something that they just came out with yesterday, so.
I think the first time you dropped it, I think
yeah, I grabbed it.
On the line. It focused on it went on the line, and then it might have confused it.
Yeah. All right, let me just kill this. We'll start from scratch here. It's doing some thinking behind the scenes. Okay. Attempt number one fail.
Force it to create. Yeah. While that's rebooting, can we force it to create a Mac 1 position 2 instead of Mac 2? So instead of doing a separate coordinate system, can you set it up to make a 4th axis rotation? I think he's asking.
Yes. Not right now. That is what they're in the process of, and they're going to try to get that out for the SP2, which is coming out real soon. Each day, oh shoot, I grabbed the wrong part. Each day they're adding all these new enhancements. So to answer your question, yes, it is coming. SolidCAM recent.
Golf clap.
Okay. So it looks like I just didn't wait long enough. So let me delete that again. Yes. Come on. So basically what I'm getting at is you guys can not have an actual template, but just an operation that you created, and you can use that as drag and drop as well. So it doesn't have to be an operation template that you've created over here, just a operation over in your tree that you've already created as well. So instead of having to do a save and copy, creating a coordinate system, all that stuff, all you guys have to do is click and drag. And sorry guys. Try it one more time here. Like I said, this is today's dev build, and Sydney said it should work. I tested it, so. All right, so let's just do this part.
Famous last words, Sydney.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to start this one from scratch. And we'll do external. Yep, looks good. Coordinate system. Throw it up there. Stock. We'll just do box. Click on there. Zero these out real quick. All So let's go ahead and do our pocket. Tool select. Just gonna rush through this real quick for you guys. Okay, so we got our pocket operation there. Now, I don't have any other coordinate systems on there. So you'll see I just have one Mac on there. So now if I highlight this and click and drag it, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay, I heard it. Well, while that one's waiting. Oh, there it goes. And now I can click and drag right there. And I can have all these done, creating a coordinate system for each one. And let's just do all the sides. And there we go. So now we've created a coordinate system all automatically, plus just dragging and dropping from a operation that was exactly in your tree over here that maybe you're not using it all the time and you don't want to make it into a template. Easy enough, just drag and drop your operations. Now, one thing I want to do, kind of rest assured, is at this point, we do a simulate, solid verify, and we're machining all our sides with all our correct coordinate systems. One thing that you want to make sure is to add your setups in there. It creates a first one for you, but we want to have a setup for each one of these as well. And that's why these Mac 2s, 3, 4, and 5 are in there in purple. Now, from my understanding is they are going to get that, so it automatically adds those setups in there for you guys as well. But for today's build, we need to manually put those in there. But more importantly, the cool thing about this is, like I said, just clicking on an operation that you previously did and just dragging it onto a face or a surface or a hole, and it will automatically pick that up for you guys. So, okay, let me look through my notes, make sure I got everything covered for the 2.5D stuff for you guys. Yep. Any questions, guys? I know I covered a lot of stuff and some oopses along the way there, but
and yeah, we got some of the guys keeping you honest, and some good comments there. Ronnie is like I'm seeing is these are nice improvements. You see this come at each version. It's like what more could they add? But this is way different than the software that I was running back 10 years ago. It's hard to believe how much this has changed. Yeah, and one thing I guess I kind of overlooked is they did change the setups now for you guys. This is more to accommodate the mill turn side of things, but it looks a little bit different in here, but it's easy. It's pretty much the same thing as what you guys have been used to before. You come in here, you can grab your fixture if you have your fixture set up. If you don't, you can add a new one from right here. So the machine setup screen does look a little bit different as well. And like I said, next week we're going to get into the iMachining and how they've changed up the iDatabase and whatnot. Now, for a little teaser as well is, let me just open up this operation. And, let's say, I got right, let me flip my part over here. I got right there and it's like, oh, dang, I want to go backwards. I want to reverse it. I want to unwind, I guess, the tool path or do the reverse just to kind of go back through. So right now we would have to let the operation play through and play it again. They are coming out, like I said, I think it's SP2 of a whole different slider of the simulation right here. It's going to be kind of like the machine sim. So in the center is going to be your pause. So the more forward you go this way, it's going to go forward, or you can go backwards as well. And then you can also set it up as a looping. So if you want to
continually, maybe you're going through a toolpath and you want it constantly be replaying itself. That replay will be on there as well for you guys. So the rewind button has been pushed for a long time, and we finally got that added in there for you guys as well. So going forward or backwards now, and then also having different buttons in here, and also the slider. I think all the button colors change with the toolpath color. So right now we have this tool set up as being blue. So all these icons will be blue down here, but when it switches over to a different tool, all these icons are going to change to whatever color is associative to that tool. And for those of you that are kind of unsure what I'm saying about the color, is that tool, you can actually pick the toolpath color right here. So that's going to, our toolpath is in blue. Let me get this part around. But if you wanted that color and a different color, say yellow, hit OK, save and exit, turn it on, and we have yellow. So, and that also plays through in the solid verify. Instead of showing blue, it'll show yellow. So, a lot of cool stuff coming, guys. I'm so excited about this. Yeah, like Jeff just said, it's all new stuff. It's like having Christmas. So it is really cool. And, it's fun for being on the support desk to be able to, or, doing the night class as well as showing you all this cool stuff. And Sydney and Emil are so excited about this. They're calling us every day saying, hey, download the latest dev build and check this out, play with it. Let us know what you think of it. We want to add it in there for the next service pack for all the customers. So. Let's see, have they made a color for each operation? That, I'll have to check on that one, Ronnie. I'm guessing, Ronnie, what you're saying is, let's say this toolpath is yellow, so this is going to actually show up as yellow, kind of like, okay. Is that what you're kind of talking about, Ronnie?
Nope.
Dang, I hate when I miss.
Swing and a miss.
Yep.
Good comment there, Rick, as well. I appreciate the positive feedback there on that.
Simulate
each operation.
So even if you're using the same tool, you want the operation to be different? Okay. Yeah, I would assume that they could do that since we have the ability to change colors here and do that. Okay, Ronnie, can you send me an email on that so I can get that put in right away and see if I can add that. I can't talk anymore. Add that in as well.
Yeah. And Jeff is kind of explaining that that's how Machine Sim is showing it. So.
Yep.
Good point.
Yep. Great questions, guys. Great ideas. Like I said, a lot of these are coming right off from you guys as customer suggestions. So, with Emil being, for those of you guys that don't know, Emil is the owner of the company, so involved with the company. He's listening to everything that you guys have to say. So what you did on the op list, please explain more. Op list. Operation list.
On the operations list, you just change the color to that.
Oh, so for those guys, you guys can change the font and color of this as well. So if you right click on it, go to font and color, we can make it bold. You can do italicized. I click, so it's the simulation color. So my simulation color is yellow. Font color. If I want to change it to a different color, go blue, hit OK. You can actually change that color to blue over here. So that kind of separates it out. So let's say we want blue. This one we want green. Hit OK. Maybe this one. We'll use Tim's favorite color. Do a nice little pink.
Hey now.
So you guys can change the colors as that way as well. Change to yellow. Yeah, yellow is a little hard to see. Font color. and I'll just use simulation color because that's yellow already. And you can, it's tough to see. Even my 30+ year eyeballs are having a hard time seeing that. So yes, but it would be faster if automatically assigned. Yep. I completely understand what you're saying there, Ronnie. So let me know via email so I can get that added in there. I do that in the global.
Kevin, when you're changing,
oh, yeah,
didn't know you did it in Believe. So, Kevin, when you were changing that yellow, you were changing it to the operation color. Can you show that a little bit closer how you're doing that? You're not picking yellow. You're somehow specifying that it's operation color.
Okay, so the toolpath color right here.
Yep, right there.
So if I switch this over to orange, so that is my toolpath color that is going to be generated. I'm going to do it a save. Yes.
I'll save it.
And now, if I come over here and do the font color, and I can use the tool simulation color.
There it is. Okay. Yep. I was just missing the button that you were clicking. Got it.
And then I think the only thing that I'm missing in here is this one I kind of like to use as well, is the italicized. So maybe that's an operation that, you guys got to come back to and just take a double check on it before you post it out. So you can italicize it. If we want, we can really make it stand out. Okay. Yep. So then I know that to come back to that one as well. So.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, all kinds of cool stuff they added in there. And like I said, a lot of it's off of you guys. So those suggestions, send those over to me, and we'll get those added in there, because it's the development team is crying right now, but the tech team is all happy because we're getting changes made and they're making them quick. So.
There you
go. All right. Any other questions, guys?
Good feedback tonight, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I don't see anything else. So next week, well, sorry, we missed last week. I hope everyone had a great 4th of July. Now, next week, like I said, we are going to be covering all the stuff with iMachining. So we'll do some of the drag and drop with iMachining, how we've added in the automatic radiuses in there, adding in multi-depth for iMachining now, just like, kind of how 3D iMachining works, but kind of like how pocketing works, how that's added in there. How you can do multiple tools in one operation is a really cool one. So if you're roughing and then finishing, you can actually use 2 tools all in one operation now without having to do a save and copy and switch out the tools. So really cool stuff coming for next week.
Well, you got my interest peaked on some of those things, Kevin.
Hopefully everybody else is peaked too.
You got my you got my head spinning now. I'm kind of cool stuff. Yeah, Ben, that iMachining webinar is tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, and if anybody's looking for the iMachine webinar, email me and I can send you the information to that as well. We're just doing a live cut tomorrow on our little popcorn machine. But all right, guys. Well, that kind of wraps up everything that I have for the 2.5D stuff that they've added in there. Like I said, we'll cover the the iMachining next week, and then the week after we'll get into the HSM with the automatic HSM that they've added in there, or HSM Turbo. So. No, and yeah, Rick, absolutely, you're welcome, and thank you guys for joining, and thank you guys for the feedback. Our questions list is quite long, which is excellent. I love seeing all the questions come in here. Usually I don't have to expand it so long here, but love seeing all the input from you guys. And like I said, any questions, concerns, let me know, guys. For those of you guys that are watching this on YouTube, my email address is down in the description. So if you guys do have questions, let me know right away. We're here to help in any way possible. So anything else I'm missing, Tim?
Nope. I just wanted to, echo your ideas there with thank you everybody for joining us. Kevin, you did a great job. Nice nice class again tonight, and a lot of cool stuff and a lot of cool things that are coming. I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming next week and that following week with HSM. So
Yeah.
keep them coming, and appreciate your business, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful evening, and if I don't talk to you in the meantime, we'll talk to you guys next Tuesday. All right, see you guys. Bye-bye.
All right, good night.